Hey everybody, how's it going? We are now live. Mike here from Bush Green. Just gonna have a night of some chill time and chat. All right. All right, so here we go. Hey, what's up, Mike? Hold on, I'm just trying to remember how to post a link here for you guys to join. Just give me a second here. Damn spell check. Check as in money check. Damn, how do you do this again here? Oh, invite right here. All right, hold on. All right, just posting a link up. If anybody else is watching, you're more than welcome to join in. See what happens here. If you got one watching, I guess that's you, Mike. Yeah, if anybody wants to join in, just click the link there. You can join the panel if you want. And yeah, we can talk about a few things. Whatever you feel like talking about. Can hang out. Oh, there's Mike.
Hey. How's it going, Mike?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. I think it's just us. I think it's just us right now.
For now, maybe somebody will come in.
There's a couple watching right now, so welcome everybody. Just having a chill evening here, and sit back, and you can join the mics here on the panel, and we can chit chat.
Yeah.
So, how's your day today, Mike?
It's been good. I finally had a chance to wash the truck finally, and inside and outside, right? And then clean up a little bit in the trailer. And I had actually. Are you actually getting some quotes also? You have some quotes for the summertime. Are you quoting or now?
Yeah, well, I did 2 today. So
yeah,
I got one on my street, and then that video I posted today. Did you see that video I posted?
No, I actually didn't have a chance to see it today, but I will after the stream.
Yeah, it's not a big deal, but yeah, it's just a walk around a really small lot. Like it's tiny, man, but not one of the smallest. I'm actually going to go buy one that's really small, just to show everybody like what kind of a joke it is that, you know, if you got like a 4x6 patch of grass to cut, just buy a battery powered machine or something, do it yourself, right? But like those kind of quotes I don't like to do because I got a minimum charge, right? And my minimum charge will do an average normal in the subdivision detached home property. Whereas, they don't understand why I'm charging what I'm charging, because you understand, because you're in the same business. We have to pay to get to that property to do it, right?
Well, regardless, you're going to pay for that small property. You're going to pay probably like $40, even $40, $50 a week, right?
Exactly. What's up, tall grass? Yeah, it's an open panel here. If anybody wants to join in, it's fine. We can. I think we got lawn people in here right now. We can talk lawns, lawnmowers. I know Mike just got a new lawnmower. I just got one too. We can all talk about that stuff. I think Sean from Minnesota Lawn and Landscape is going to come in shortly. I think he picked up something new too, and it's exciting time for all of us, right?
Yeah, it kind of is. We had a good winter actually too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we got a couple people watching right now, so I think Drew's going to be coming in soon too. I just messaged him. He said he was just going to grab a bite to eat quick and then
just pop in, right?
Yeah, come in. I don't know if anybody else is live right now or not, but I thought tonight might be a good time.
Yeah,
kind of do it, just kind of chill out. I got nothing going on really, We might as well just kind of jam together right now. Eh? Hey Tim, how you doing, bud? I'm doing good.
Yeah, but that stand-on that I seen, your stand-on is in really good condition.
It is. Like, it's a little scratched up. It's the one that's
like I gotta say the hours are a lot on it, but it looks mint condition.
It runs mint. The only thing I don't like, I like the Kawasaki motor better than these ones.
Yeah, I was about to say you got the Kohler, right?
Yeah, it has the Kohler. It's a 25 horse. Still a lot of power. I find actually it has more horsepower than the Z930 that's behind me. The Z930
sit down, right? Zero turn.
Yeah, the sit down's 23.5, and the 52 stand on is 25. But it's a Kohler, and one thing I didn't know about Kohlers, because I didn't have one before, because the other two machines have Kawasaki's. They have a tick to them, and I guess that's normal.
Yeah.
Like they just sound totally different than the Kawasaki. So I thought
the Kawasaki sounds way different than the Kohler engines.
Oh, 100%. And I didn't know that. And when I checked it out, I'm like, something's wrong with this motor.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta hang up on him. My phone's ringing. I thought it was something's wrong with this motor. Actually, the first one I checked it. So a whole bunch of these machines and then some other equipment came in off lease from a company. There's a big company out that way in Norfolk. Have you been around there before?
No, I haven't. I don't really touch that area. I don't even go there.
Yeah, Tilsonburg it's just around Tilsonburg area. So there's a big company out there, and I guess they returned all their machines and stuff. So the first one I got on, the original one, it had 900 and something hours on it. Same year, 2018. I started it up and freaking it was smoking. Like there's no tomorrow. I'm like, what that? And it was inside too, in the shop, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't stop smoking. And they're like, oh, it's normal. I'm like, no, it's not. Like maybe a little puff if it's been sitting for a little while or something.
Yeah, like on a cold start or something is normal, but if it's smoking up like crazy, it's not normal.
No. Yeah, so I took it out for a spin, and every once in a while you heard a tink tink, like it was tinking, right? Like a tinking sound, right? Like the blades are hitting each other or something, or the blades are hitting the deck. So anyway, and then they said, we got another one, but it's at another, they got another location. It's a big John Deere dealer, but they don't have enough room there to keep everything there. So we went for a drive and looked at this one that I bought and just absolutely mint. Like, when you get on a mower, if you're buying a used one, right, you just know.
Yeah.
So I took it out for a spin, brought it back to the shop there. We talked a bit. They changed fluids on it. And did a few things. I was there for like 3 hours, right? So, but I thought it was a good deal. It's a little scratched up. I got some paint. I did paint it after I did that original video, so just touch up paint, and
No, it's mint. It looks mint. All your lawnmowers look mint. It's nice. It's like a whole fleet of green, John Deere's.
I know. I never thought this would happen like now.
Well, it picks up pretty fast. My first My first lawnmower was those push mowers, the 22 inch, right? And then as soon as I started getting calls from like Mississauga Road and all those bigger places, right? Then I started to think and invest into a zero turn. So then we got the Bumblebees, right, from Hustler.
Yeah.
And then after that, we started getting more commercial, and then I decided to purchase the 52 stand on, right?
Yeah.
Because what happens if the 42 goes to shits, right? Then
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be push mowing everything.
No. Yeah, just I have to have a walk behind mower because a lot of the properties that are around my area,
They're
like I said,
small and gated, right?
that they are small, gated. Yeah. Even like
Yeah.
some of the larger ones, like you'll run into like acre properties that have big open areas that you can use a big machine, but then
Yeah.
they'll have like a pooled in area. So it's a fenced in area with a pool and whatever,
Yeah.
but they have grass parts all around inside that fence. So then,
Yeah.
you know, most people would put maybe a double gate that opens up just so you can get some sort of machinery in there if you needed to. But a lot of people don't think that way, and they put in the smallest gate, right? So I basically tell people if I can't fit a 30-inch through the gate, then I can't do it, and
Yeah.
it costs a little bit more if I have to use a walk behind. It's just because I got to go all the way back to the truck, right? Get another
Yeah.
machine, now go back with that other machine, do that, go back, it takes time, right?
Yeah. So you have a 52, you got a 60, and you got a 36.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's
So
nice.
I think I'm okay now, like for being solo
Yeah.
still. So
No, you're okay. You're okay. Even if you take on two people,
yeah,
you should be okay because you can hop
yeah.
on one and the other two guys could hop on the other too.
Oh,
Right?
100%. Like one trimming and go on, get a couple other machines running, and somebody can blow off at the end. It's all about timing with yards, like when I did have my helpers last year, it was the first time I had summer
Yeah.
students. And at first, you just got to wait until we all gel. So basically I had to instruct, okay, you're going to be trimming here. You're going to be push mowing that part. I'm going to get on the big mower. So whoever finishes first. So if the guy that had to go in a small area with the walk behind mower, if you're done, then get the blower, start blowing off where we already finished right here, whatever. So we can kind of meet at the end, or grab an extra trimmer. It all depends on how much trimming there is, right? So there's an extra trimmer. So then you can grab a trimmer. If the trimmer guy's not done yet, help him finish off. If I finish before them, then I'll grab a trimmer to help up. And then the other guy's done doing that, so he can grab the blower. It's all, you got to be in sync, right? And then after, a few weeks of doing that, we pretty much had a routine, which was really cool, So everybody just kind of did their own thing then, right? And that's what it's all about.
That's how we work out. She usually, my wife usually cuts the lawns also, right? Or trims, right? And then I grab the bigger lawnmower, and then once we're all done, then I help out with trimming and doing all that, right? Finishing off the property faster, and then going on to the next one.
Yeah. Does your wife do any trimming?
Yeah.
Oh, she does
the trimming. She does the trimming. She does the mowing. She's really good. She's really good. She's really good in landscaping wise. Also putting down mulch, everything.
Trimming, it's an art, like I had a guy last year, he never trimmed before. Like, it's like, I know how to use a lawnmower, walk behind this and that. I said, okay, you're green. That's cool. You could show people rather than somebody that might know what they're doing, and then they might be cocky about it because somebody showed them this way, but then they're arguing with you saying, no, this is the way I do it. But, so anyway, this guy was cool and I could teach him. But you can see when somebody like has never held a trimmer before like that, a gas trimmer at least, and trying to not scalp yards and stuff, like it's tough, it's an art. With tall grass sitting here, that's why I'm getting the Time Master. Do you have that or the Turf Master? I have two Time Masters because I couldn't justify paying the money for the Turf Master. I did have, before I got those ones, I'm just talking to tall grass right now. Before I had the 30-inch, I got a commercial Toro 22-inch, and it was a beast. So in my area anyway, in the morning, like there's a lot of dew. Like when it's wet. And I just found with those machines, the wheels were leaving rut marks in the lawn. So I sold it right away. I didn't like it. So I got back into the residential, and I like the Time Master. To be honest with you, the Turf Master, yeah, it's a commercial machine, and the parts will be better on that. But the Time Master, you just, I went through a belt on one of them already. There's like 3 belts on them. I replaced a pulley on another one, and replaced which cord was it? I think it was the the one that runs the blades, like when you pull down and the blades engage. So they're really easy to fix, and the parts are really cheap. So if you're really good with that kind of stuff, just keep the parts on hand because they will go on you. But other than that, the Time Master, like I'll continue using it. So yeah, tall grass, depending on your budget. Are the belts difficult? No, the belts are actually pretty easy to do, and that was the first time I ever did it. Check out YouTube videos. I don't have a personal YouTube video doing it, but that's pretty much what I did. I went on YouTube and type it in. Do your research before you buy the machine. Check out people doing repairs on them, oil changes, just so you know what you're getting into before you buy it. And then if that's something that works for you, like anything's going to break down. The more you use it, it's going to break. Belts will go. You might run over something that you didn't see. If you know how to repair those little things, that's better than bringing it to a shop. But if you have a shop, but they're really easy lawnmowers to work on. Hey, Lipsy, what's going on, buddy? Nice to see you. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Mike, with the walk behinds? You said you don't have any anymore, or do you?
No, I don't have any more. So we don't really have those hills, those big steep hills, right? But the zero turn actually does pretty good. If you know how to take the hill, it's good, right? But you have to know your limits on your zero turn when it starts sliding.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hopefully the 52 stand on won't be sliding as much.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a big test for me too. It's the first time I got a bigger than a 36-inch stand on, so it'll be a big test for me too. And the wheels are a little different too on the John Deere's versus the Hustler. I think yours has bigger wheels possibly.
The wheels are crazy huge on the Hustler.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting the wheels to be that wide, right? But they're pretty big. And what really shocked me was the front wheels. They're run flats, so I don't have to put any air in them, right? So that's a pretty good deal. It's a decent deal that they gave me over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And less maintenance too.
I'm sorry.
Less maintenance also.
Yeah.
On the Hustlers, right? And just when I first tried it out, tested it out, it's so touchy, and it's extremely fast. It's extremely fast, and it's really touchy. It's really sensitive.
Yeah. Well, that's your first stand on, right?
Yeah, it's my first stand on. My first stand on.
It takes some getting used to, because when I got the 36 last year, I almost gave up. Like two weeks later, and I still couldn't drive that thing straight.
No, you have to supposedly what I heard was you have to go full throttle when you're cutting the grass. When you're cutting the grass, it's so touchy and so sensitive, right? On the grass.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah.
But practice driving backwards. I think I left you a comment about that. Oh my God.
Yeah. Practice driving backwards is it's pretty hard. Even on the pavement, it's pretty hard.
It is. It's really hard.
Yeah.
I actually back up my 36 into the trailer because I'd always went on the very back. So it's just a way. It was easier to back up and then kind of swing the front end around to have it totally straight with the back ramp door when it comes up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it takes a bit of tweaking to learn how to back these things up straight. Because you're always going like either one way or the other way, and yeah, it's a bit of tweaking. And then, but
Well,
you know what?
especially if you have that thing on full throttle, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I honestly, like at the beginning, I wouldn't go full throttle because I was scared. I was just like, oh, like I'll lose control and go flying off the machine and make an ass of myself, or hit somebody or something.
Yeah, no, it's full throttle. It was like at the beginning of the video that I posted, it was going too slow for me. So then I cranked it up all the way, halfway. Halfway was okay, and then full. When I went full, it was like wobbling everything. It was really hard to control at first, right?
Yeah. No,
But
I know.
then you get the hang of it after after a week, after 2 weeks, you probably get the hang of it.
Yeah. 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 It's honestly, it took me probably 3 to 4 weeks to get used to that 36. I waited a couple of weeks before I actually used it on a customer's property because I can drive straight with it. Like I like to leave straight lines, and like we all want to leave it looking professional, right?
Yeah, really good.
I kept on practicing on my own yard. I have a pretty big backyard, and that's where I was practicing. My wife was laughing at me every time driving out there. I'm like, you know what? I got to get used to it. It's totally different. You're not sitting on your ass driving a thing. You're standing, and the controls are. It just feels different. It's 100% different.
It does feel different, and you just have to be careful with your 3-point turns. What I've noticed is you can really scalp those yards, damage it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you just got to be aware of that. That's why I'm excited to start using the 52. So yeah, it's really touchy because it's a lot more powerful than my 36. The 36, I believe, is 18 or 18 and a half horsepower.
Yeah.
So yeah, big difference.
The 52 is 23, right? Or 20?
25.
25.
Yeah. But yeah, just like what you said when you're riding. Hey, Jim, what's going on, bud? And join in if you want, bud. Just look up. You'll see the link. What was I going to say? Yeah, just like you, when you started riding your Hustler there when you first got it, and you said it's really jerky. Yeah, the 52 is like that too. Compared to my 36 and driving my 52 now, it's totally different power-wise. Obviously, is a bigger motor and a thing, but yeah, I could pretty much pop wheelies with that if I wanted to. If you lean back enough.
Yeah, you could, but I'm kind of, I really want to do it, but yet again, kind of not there yet.
No, I know.
It's tempting. It's tempting to do with a 30 horsepower engine.
Yeah. You don't want to be a stuntman right away, right?
Yeah. It's tempting to do it though.
Maybe we'll hook up. We'll have some stand-on races. We'll do the stand-on Olympics. That'll make for some good video.
All they need is just to put some turbos on those things.
I know, some nitrous and some fancy lights, and
exactly.
Maybe lower it an inch or something.
Just cut the springs right away, and you'll have it lowered.
Oh my God, pimp them right at. Yeah.
But your properties, what you have, are they like small and medium sized, or you have any large ones? You have any big ones?
Everything from like a postage stamp, like a 4x6, literally. Like I'm gonna drive by one of these in the next few days, and I'm just gonna do a little video in front of one of them. They're basically condos that back onto each other, and they only have front yards on both sides, and there's like nothing. Like people will laugh at it. I don't know if you guys have anything around there like that.
You mean like condos attached to each other or something, or what?
It's like townhomes basically.
Oh, like the townhomes, right? Townhomes and all that.
Yeah, but they don't have backyards because the back of the building is backed onto the other it's all one building. So basically, the fronts are on both sides, but the backs are back on back. So you know what I mean? With
Yeah, and
no yard.
they have a fence in between each other, right?
No, nothing. It's one
Oh, nothing.
building, right? And then
Yeah.
both sides of the building is where you enter those units, and then halfway in the building is where they're cut off. All right. So
Oh,
so there's only front yards.
no, I don't have any. I don't have any of those.
Yeah, Mattamy been building a lot of those around here in Milton. I guess they're for people that don't want to move into like a condo building, like a high rise, and it's more of a feel of having a home, right,
Hmm.
with a property. But yeah, they got tiny yards, and there's professional people that live in these homes, and they travel downtown Toronto, whatever, to work and come back, and last thing they want to do is worry about cutting their lawn or doing whatever. But it's a bit of a joke. Usually when people call me and I ask them right away, okay, it's like, this is my minimum, oh, really, that much? And they're surprised. I'm like, well, you can get the kid down the road to do that. It's tiny, and I'm just upfront with people because it is a bit of a waste of time. But I did have somebody, they listed their house last year. Well, that kind of property, what I'm just talking about. And they just needed somebody to take care of it for a few months while it was listed because they already moved and they moved out of, I don't know, they moved somewhere else out of our town. So I took care of it. It was a joke. It's just, it took me literally 2 minutes to cut it and I was done. But they paid good money for it, and they just wanted somebody to be there every week to make sure it looks good, while it was for sale.
Yeah. Yeah. Normally, what we have is we have apartments, right? And then everything is open. Everything's open, and it's a nice feeling. You can even get a 60 out there. You can get a 52 out there. You can get a 36. You can get a 42, 48, right? And it's just open. That's what we like the most.
Oh yeah, no, we have properties like that too. Like even in town, just around the corner from my house, there's a big corner lot I have, and I used a 60-inch last year and the year before that on it. He's smart. He has a big gate to his backyard. You got a big property. Don't put a 30-inch gate to your backyard. Be smart about it, right? And the 60 will fit through there. So I'm going to use the 52 this year. The 60 I'm going to leave at home. I'm going to pack the trailer with the two stand-ons. Yeah, the two stand-ons, and then now I'm going to be able to have both the 30 inches Toros on there, just in case a belt or something goes on the one. Then I have the other one at least. I couldn't fit both of the Toros in there with the 60-inch and the 36 stand-on because the 60-inch is too long, right?
Have you noticed the sit-downs? They take so much space.
Yeah.
On the trailer. They take so much space. Crazy.
Yeah. A lot of space. No, I left my 36 in my garage here, and then in my trailer at the storage spot, I got the 60 and the 52 in there, and they just fit. Like it's too tight. Like there's no way I'm going to go around with my 14-foot enclosed trailer with the 60 and 52 in there. The 52 and the 36 stand on, perfect. Like I said, both walk behinds can fit in there, and I still have some room to walk around in there. But it's great with the stand-ons, and you're going to find it too because you have an enclosed trailer too. You can drive in and turn and park it sideways, right?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could.
Yeah. Jim's saying I mow townhouses like 6 in a row, fast money. Yeah, I'm trying to get that too. I don't mind doing those tiny townhomes. Most people, if you only have one, they don't want to pay your minimum. But yeah, if you have a whole bunch in that row, that would be gravy, like easy money. You go 1 to 1, $50 a pop, and have those done in an hour or so. Like, that's easy money. But yeah, not everybody wants to pay for service, or they do it themselves, and but yeah, I got another one on my street today. I did 2 quotes today, so I'm pretty pumped about it. It's like 20 seconds from my house. So every Wednesday I do my local area. I drive like maybe at most 2 kilometers, for that day, and because I have everything so close. So it's kind of nice to have your properties close together, right? Instead of just spreading them all out everywhere, or zone it out. Because I know you, Mike, you go to Mississauga and then you go to Brampton, you'll zone it out. So one day you're in that area and the next day you're in this area, right?
Well, yeah, that's how it usually works. Like one day usually I take the Bramptons, and the other day I take the Toronto, or the other day I take the Mississauga. But the thing is, some people want weekly, some people want bi-weekly, right? So I have to cut down the schedules a little bit on that, right? I don't have all weeklies. I wish I did, but I do have some bi-weeklies that I do.
Yeah, I do bi-weeklies too. Last year I wanted to get out of it. The year before, 2018, I had, I don't know, I think about 24 bi-weeklies, and then the rest of them were weekly.
Have you ever tried to tell your clients that you would rather prefer weekly, especially in the rating season, like next month coming up and the other month before after that, right? Have you ever talked to them about it? Because I've talked to all my clients and I told them, we should get you on a weekly schedule because of the rating season, right? And they just don't want to get on with it. And then after they're on the bi-weeklies, right? They start calling me and like, my grass is growing crazy, right? Well, I offered you the weekly, right? Weekly option. You guys didn't want it, so that's what you guys get, right?
Yeah, what I started doing last year, 100%. Like I did the same thing. I suggested basically May and June. It's growing fast. It's hard to do bi-weekly, especially if you're fertilizing. Even if they have an irrigation system and they're watering in between rain and whatever. So basically, I have a few customers. I go weekly, May and June. July and August is bi-weekly. September, October, November is weekly again.
Yeah, I have some of those clients that switch it up on me a little bit. Like half the summer they want to go weekly, and then the other half they want to go bi-weekly, right? Yeah. We have that. We have, I think, like 2 or 3 houses like that. I think that switch it up on me a little bit, but the rest of them that have the sprinkler systems, everything like goes on every Tuesday. Sprinkler systems turn on, right? They want weekly service all the time because their grass grows like crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, they want nice looking grass, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Donald.
Especially in those high end areas like Mississauga Road, and you know what I mean, right?
Oh yeah, oh for sure. See, I don't mind splitting it up the way I do. So yeah. I've been working on contracts this afternoon too. My eyes are burning. I hate this time of the year. Well, I love it, but I hate staring at the computer and doing that. But I got another new one now that wants to do the same thing. So weekly, a couple of months, bi-weekly in the hot season, and weekly again. It works out all right. I add on an extra $10 when I go bi-weekly. So the weekly has a price, and in July, August, I add on an extra $10 just in case, right?
Yeah.
Do they save? They save a little bit, but not too much. It still kind of works out that I'm still almost making the amount that if it was all weekly. But at the same time, I'm getting a bit of a break because now for the 2 months when it's hot, I'm only going there every 2 weeks. Now I can fit in some other things when people call in the summer and they want their gardens trimmed or whatever. Then we can fit in some other work, and so I don't mind doing that. I'm pretty easy with that. But you learn, and you got to make sure that you price things properly. At the beginning, we talked about this before. At the beginning, when you do bi-weekly compared to weekly, you got to charge more for bi-weekly. You just have to.
You have to, because the grass grows crazy. It grows a lot.
Yeah,
it grows really long, and it's more stress on your machines.
Yeah. I had a guy 2 years ago that people say they fire customers. I don't know. I let go a customer because he had an irrigation system. He's like, I hardly ever use it. I let it rain. Okay, let's go bi-weekly. Well, the first month of doing it, I cut it a couple times, and the grass, no word of a lie, is almost a foot long every 2 weeks, and healthy, thick, green, just like beautiful grass, right? And it's a mower killer, And it took so much time. I had to cut it like 3 or 4 times because I got.
Do you once you get on the lots on your clients' properties, do you um, what is it called? Do you bag the grass on every single client that you go to, or do you just mulch
Yeah, I mulch if it's
mulch it up?
specified. Yeah, like
Yeah,
if we discuss it. I had a couple. I had this one particular lady. Oh my God, she's just a crazy lady. I don't have her anymore.
yeah,
I'm picking and choosing now who I'm dealing with, right? You learn. But this lady was just nuts. She wanted everything picked up because
yeah.
especially her pool area. She said when my grandchildren come, they run around the yard and then jump in the pool and grass goes in there and stuff. So anyway, I'm talking to her. This was a few years back, and I'm looking up, and there's all these big mature trees all around her pool, like everywhere on this property. I said,
Yeah.
stuff from these trees falling in your pool? Oh yeah, all the time. I said, I guarantee you, these trees make way more of a mess in your pool than grass will do,
Then grass, yeah,
right?
exactly.
So, so then I had to let her know that I have to charge you a little bit more because it's going to take more time now. It's waste that I got to take away unless I can leave it. No, I want you to take it away because it smells in my garage when it's in a bag, and you know how it is. Those bags they get,
Yeah,
and they stink, right? So I'm
yeah,
like,
they do.
okay. So we settled on a price, and I did. She still wasn't happy. My grandkids were over the other day, and there's grass clippings in the pool now. I said, look, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I got the bag on it, but you're still gonna have some grass clippings here and there. It's not gonna be 100%.
Perfect, right?
Like it'd be great because I cut all these trees down. That will help too. Then, if you want your super clean pool.
Exactly.
Long story short, after the snow season with her, because it even got
Yeah.
worse with the snow removal because it just had to be absolutely 100% black driveway, right? And it's like there's
Yeah.
no way. Like your snow's going to be cleaned off. It still might be white here and there until the sun comes up or whatever, and or the
Or do
temperature.
salt, right?
Yeah, but she didn't want salt. So
Well,
you people like that, right? Just don't deal with them the next season, right?
no, I had a couple of those before. It was terrible, and the funny part is just calling you nonstop, right? And just begging
Yeah,
you to come, right? It
yeah.
was so I had to, I had to tell her that another company is going to take over. No, I'm not going to be your company anymore, and that's it.
Mm. Oh, I hate it too when people say, "Well, the other guy that I had did this and did that." I don't want to hear. I don't care about the other guy. You're calling me for a reason. Why don't you have the other guy working there? You know,
Exactly.
uh, you just got to put your foot down. Like, I'm not saying to be an ass or anything, and by all means, I'm not. I respect people, and even if someone's talking me down, if I'm doing a quote, I'll still respect them, and I won't talk them down. And I'll leave on a happy note because you just never know down the road. But it's hard when you have somebody like a hard ass that you're dealing with, that just thinks that
Exactly.
they know everything. And people like that, they hire people because they can't do it, but then at the same time they think they know how to do everything better than you, right?
Yeah.
It's I don't think it's just us. I'm sure it's any kind of trade, or business.
Yeah.
I don't
Do
know if
you
you
have do you have any like factories or um anything like that, like or any child daycare centers or any of that?
No, I don't have anything like big commercial wise just yet. I did that on purpose. I just because of the liability thing. I want to build slowly, right? I have
Yeah.
smaller commercial. Yeah, nothing like that. Nothing close to the public. The closest I am to the public, I have a house right beside a school. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. When you're in a school area, you have to know the times that they're coming out, or in
Yeah.
the morning when they're coming, because it's just chaos when the buses come. Parents come drop off kids. Everybody's walking everywhere, and you have to stop what you're doing. You can't operate a machine around that. So situations like that for anybody, you have to
Isn't it
know.
isn't it usually like after school? That's how I did it. That's how I did it before because I remember I had a school board, but I was doing right, but it wasn't for so long that I did it because they weren't paying me good enough. especially with those hills, those crazy hills that they had. Um, After school, all the time we had to go there and cut the grass.
Mm.
We couldn't cut the grass between sessions, between like recess or between the breaks.
Yeah, I don't. Our schools around here, from what I've seen anyway, the town of Milton does them. All right, so it's not contract companies, and I don't ever see them doing schools during the day. You know, like I think it's probably over the weekend,
Probably, yeah.
or like, you know, later, because even like schoolyards in the evening, people walk their dogs. There's playgrounds. There's still
Yeah.
people in the area, right? So like with me, like with the houses that are right by the school, and there's school traffic around there, I don't go first thing in the morning. I'll go like mid afternoon, and I'm pretty safe with that because there's nobody other than just normal people walking their dog or whatever, and but
Yeah.
no school traffic. But I stop what I'm doing. I'm sure you do too. With any kind of traffic on the sidewalk, if I see somebody coming, walking, I turn off the PTO. You know, it's just
Yeah. I do the same exact thing. I turn off the PTO and I just lower the RPMs.
Yeah, exactly. Hey Matt, how you doing? Mr. Matt MG is in here. There's a link if you want to jump in here. Yeah, that's the right thing. You got to do that. Whatever.
You got to do that because the other people get really scared.
Yeah.
Really scared that a rock might shoot out, right, and shoot them in the head or something.
You know what? Like even if you have a shoot blocker and then you got that all closed up, something will still come flying out if it wanted to.
Sure. You know? Yeah, they will.
And you really want to have that liability of someone getting hit by a rock in their leg or in the eye, and no, it's not worth it. I've seen people not stop what they're doing before, like push mowing, and it's like,
yeah,
dude, just stop. You know?
They just don't care, right? And then once they get grass on them, then they start complaining, right?
Yeah. No, I know, but yeah,
and then you feel bad afterwards.
Yeah. Hey Matt, you gonna come in here or? It's up to you. Sean just messaged me. He's tired. He's not gonna pop in here. Sean from Minnesota Lawn and Landscape.
Yeah.
Drew's probably still eating.
I see.
Just checking my phone right now. But yeah, like just tell. Oh, there's Drew. Hold on. Going to be good food. Okay, we're gonna have to bug Drew about whatever he had for dinner.
Pasta.
Just messaging him right now. What are you eating? Yeah. Yeah, I get so many people when I stop what I'm doing, and they just start talking to me. They're like, "Oh, that's really nice of you." You know, I'm like, "Oh, no problem." And I pet their dog, and you know, you do all those little things, and you get talking, right? And then they start asking you questions. Oh, so you know, you cut their? Yeah, I do. And, oh, this is your business? Yep. You know, and then a lot of times, like just from doing that, they'll be like, "Oh, can I get a card from you?" Yeah, no problem. You know,
I had those situations before also, and same exact one. And not only that, but I had a situation where me and my wife were working at a pretty decent rich area at Kingsway in Toronto, and there was a lady who was really weird. She was going reverse forward, right near the trailer, and then she was with her phone, right, trying to take some pictures of the trailer. But I think she was getting the phone number or checking me out on the website, probably.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I like the enclosed trailer. The only thing that I don't really like about the enclosed trailer is when you open it up, right? Number one, it either smells like dog shit. Number two, it's really hot in there. It's like 30 degrees, 40 degrees in there if you don't have proper ventilation, right?
Yeah.
those are the only two things I really don't like about it.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I do have yards. We talked about this before. You run over dog shit and it's stuck in your
Yeah,
tread of your wheel. Your trailer
I
stinks
charge
for
them
the whole
more.
day.
I charge them more.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got to smell that like it all day. Um,
yeah,
but what I like about the enclosed trailer too is that I'm not showing off my equipment. Other people like
yeah.
driving by, people don't know what you have. And it's nobody's business. I don't want anybody knowing how much money of equipment I have in my trailer.
Exactly. Yeah,
Because you never know. People staking the out. And there's thefts. And I got really good locks I put on my enclosed trailer. It's not a regular padlock. So is that the Trimark
yeah,
brand, like those round disc things, which
yeah. I know what they
pretty
are.
much, pretty much
And you,
impossible to break
and
unless.
and you can lock it up too, right?
Oh yeah, like the
Yeah,
keyhole is at the bottom of it. It's a round disc.
yeah,
I think you'll see it in one of my videos that I talk about my trailers and trucks.
yeah,
Um, yeah, they're expensive, but they're 100%. You cannot break those open. You have to make a lot of noise probably to break in anyway. So by that time,
yeah,
someone's gonna hear it. So I'm a firm believer in just paying good money and having good locks on your trailer.
yeah.
Also on the enclosed trailer, you can have your company name written all around it. You do the same thing. I've seen
Exactly.
you.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
So you're an even bigger rolling advertisement.
Yeah, my locks on my enclosed trailer are really hard to get into. Also, the guy was telling me you can't do that with any tool but a grinder. You need to be making some noise,
Oh yeah,
right? You need a grinder to do it for you, to do the job for you. It's
yeah,
pretty
no,
good
for
lock.
sure. Like where my trailer is right now, it's pretty safe. It's a newer facility. There's cameras, security system. After the winter, when my plow truck, I take all this stuff off, then I'm only going to have one truck in my driveway, whatever truck I'm using, and
Yeah,
I have my enclosed trailers in my driveway, and I have a camera outside. I leave the
yeah,
lights on all the time. I got
yeah.
LED lighting. All night, like every night, even throughout the winter, I leave my lights on. Just yeah, okay, you can see my trailers here and whatever, but at least there's lights on. You got the camera.
Do you
Well,
pay do you pay a lot for your trailer facility or no?
taxed in, each trailer is $85.
Mm,
It's like 84.75, something like that each
yeah.
trailer. So I have two spots, so that's what I pay monthly right now.
Wow, it's so much cheaper over there.
Yeah,
Here,
I heard
here,
the same thing.
here, Mike, guess how much here one spot costs? Just to outside, and it's outside too. Guess how much it is?
So for your trailer size, right, 7 by 14,
Yeah. Guess how much it is?
I've heard in or around like 140 or so.
$180 a month.
You're shitting me, right?
No, $180 a month.
Holy crap! Yeah,
Like some days I wish I lived in Milton. You
yeah.
know, the
How
prices
many
here are crazy.
how many spots do you have?
I don't have anything. I don't
Oh,
have. I don't. I keep my trailer. I keep my trailer at my parents' house on the driveway,
okay.
right?
Yeah,
Because I'm not willing to pay $180 a month for one stupid parking spot. And not only that, but the prices go up.
yeah,
They go
yeah.
up on you.
Uh,
You know?
I, I had to do it. Like I can fit 4 vehicles in my driveway. So right
Yeah.
now for the winter, I got the plow truck, my wife's car. She parks in front of it, and then I got the diesel truck, which is fine. And then we have one spot just for a guest or whatever to come over, right? But
Yeah.
then in the summer, I'll have the enclosed trailer in the driveway. I'm going to have only one truck, whatever I'm using. So in the spring and fall, I'm going to use the plow truck that has the dump insert in it, just
Yeah.
because there's more cleanup stuff and whatever. Just so I have that. And I think in the dead of the summer, I'll use a diesel because the diesel truck is more efficient on fuel. The gas truck's a guzzler. Yeah, but I have to have two spots, and then also my older son, he's getting his full license. I think this month he can do it. or next month, and we're going to be getting another car. So that's why I have that extra spot right now. So because we're going to have the driveway will be full then. All right.
Yeah.
But we are looking to get a country property in the future, so have some room.
Yeah, normally what I've noticed is that all landscapers they need lots of land to keep
Well, yeah,
all their trailers, all their dump trailers, enclosed trailers, their plows, everything, their trucks, all the equipment wise.
I'm running out of room. I don't want to have to get a storage bin or whatever, like a spot. I can get one where my trailers are because they have the storage units too. Because now I got to park my zero turn somewhere because now I have the 52. So I might have to get another plastic shed or something in my backyard to park that in. My garage is only a single garage. I have now a second plow, which I invested in last fall. So now I'm going to have two plows on dollies in my single garage. Like I don't want to be cramped in there. I want to still have room to be able to work on something if I need to. So yeah, I have to decide what I'm going to do. The plows for sure I want to keep indoors. I don't want to leave that outside. Just if you're not using it, the sun and whatever, it weathers, right? And your hydraulic hoses they'll weather. They'll start fraying, and when you need them, they'll bust on you, right? So I want to keep them indoors. So yeah, I got some decisions to make for this summer anyway for storage.
Were you ever thinking about extending your garage out to your backyard or no?
I can. Like I'm in a bungalow. I can actually, that garage is a carport. So I had that built on the garage door, and I put a back door.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, I can actually remove that whole thing and just have the house do a drive-through all the way to the backyard. I thought about that.
Yeah,
and then building a big shop at the back. But to be honest with you, to do all that and the cost of it, we might as well just buy it. No, it's not worth it, man, because we'll be like a couple $100,000 in, and might as well just buy that country property and go from there, right? And then it'll allow me to I don't want to have a commercial lot in a residential area, So I just, two trucks, two trailers, all the equipment. It's just a little too much. I don't want. My neighbors are pretty cool, but it just takes one person on your street. It's like, it looks messy, he's got all this stuff everywhere, and we don't like driving by it. And there's people like that, right? A lot of assholes out there.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of assholes. I remember last summer, the property that we did, their grass was so high, it was crazy high, and then the neighbor next door, she called the city, and if that doesn't get cut down in like a week, right? Then they start charging them. I never really knew they do that here. Like they give them fines for their grass to be so high.
Yeah, they do that around here.
Yeah, I never knew that. It's like the first time. Last summer was the first time for me to notice that. It was crazy. I never knew you can get fines for that over here in Canada. I know in the States you could. There's they put something on your grass. They put like an orange flyer on your grass. Here I don't know what they put over here. I never seen one.
Oh, they put a notice on your front door. They'll stick it right on.
Oh, on your door or on the grass?
Oh yeah, like right on your door. So like when you walk up to your house, you see it, and it's stuck right on. I've seen that before. I've gotten calls before, people calling, and it's like, yeah, do you do one-time cuts? As soon as you hear that, then they're getting a fine, especially if it's like July or August because they haven't cut their lawn all year, and it looks like shit because of 3-foot weeds. And so right away I asked them, it's like, have you cut it yet? Well, so you haven't cut it. Just tell me the truth, What I know.
Instead of driving there and then just being, shell shocked.
Yeah, and then they're just like in a hurry. They're like, when can you do it? I need it done like soon, like now. So then as soon as you hear that, it's like, are you going to get fine? And then they open up. They're like, yeah, it needs to be done by so and so date by Friday or whatever, right? And it's like, well, send me your address. I'll check it out. And and I let them know, and it's not cheap. And usually when people are desperate like that, then and they can't find anybody, then they'll just hire whoever, right? So usually with cleanups like that, like if it's 3-4 feet long, I don't know if you've ever seen grass and weeds like that or cut
Oh
things
yeah,
down.
I've seen that in Brampton. Oh my God, it's crazy.
Yeah, well, part of Milton is starting like to be Brampton, pretty much. With the people. I don't really want to get into that and whatever, but yeah, but it's the same thing. So I pretty much have a minimum for cleanups like that, just because that's wear and tear on the machines. That's what I explain to people. I don't know what to expect under there. I got to do a walk around first, make sure there's not a brick hidden under there. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
Is there a kid's toy, or is there a dead animal, or is there a body? Like I don't know, So, and then you tell them $400 to clean this up. They're like, "Are you crazy?"
Well, you shouldn't have let it grow so high.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, if you hired me and I started cutting it from May 1st, I do all the calculations. This is what you would have paid by now, whatever. Now you want me to go in there, risk breaking my equipment. Are you gonna fix my $20,000 machine right now? If it breaks, no. Well, yeah.
Most people, to tell you the truth, they don't put that to perspective that that you might bust a blade or bust a lawnmower. They don't care. They just want the job done, right? They just they just don't give a shit.
No, they don't. I know, it's too bad.
I try to stay away from those people that do a one-time cut, right?
Yeah.
Because I know that the grass is really long, and I've seen in Brampton, like the highest that I've seen was 7-8 foot grass.
Oh,
right?
My God.
Yeah, and I had to go in there with the trimmers, right, and start trimming, and then after that mow the grass, right? But I couldn't see anything what was underneath there.
Oh no, you got to put the mask on, and you start trimming those weeds and all that shit flying in the air. Like you don't want to be breathing that.
No,
No, I'll put a mask on. Actually, last year I started wearing. I think I got one right here. Yeah, they're like little bandana thing. They're camel ones. So you can put it over your head, right? Whatever. Like it's open on both ends. You cover up your face, like just over your nose and your eyes, whatever, down your neck. And they actually. I like the feel of these better than like wearing a mask, because they feel cooler on you, but it does help that none of the stuff on the outside you're breathing in.
I wear those bandanas. I just go to the dollar store and I just buy some bandanas. Yeah. And I usually wear those, especially in like fall spring cleanup.
Yeah.
I usually wear those because we kind of do a messy job at first, and then we clean it up after.
Oh yeah. I'm trying not to do cleanups anymore like that, like big cleanups, and they're just more of a headache, and just frustrating. And so, like last year, I didn't really do any. Of the years before that, I did a lot just because I wanted to build and have work, to do and stuff. But once you get to the point that you have enough lawns to cut and stuff, and you have a good clientele, then like it's not worth the risk, like taking on stuff like that. I had a call last year. It was actually for a factory in Milton here, and the guy's like, "Oh, it's not too bad. It's just the back lot, whatever. Like we take care of cutting the front already and this and that, but it's not too bad. It's just, have a look." Okay, no problem. I go there. I'm like, holy shit, are you kidding me? Like, it's not too bad. Like, this is terrible. It's almost
that actually reminds me of the lazy boy that we have. We have a lazy boy in the back, right? And they use it for brand new Mazda vehicles. It's like a Mazda dealership, but they use the lazy boy parking lot, and I do the lazy boy parking lot. And the grass, honestly, was like 7 foot tall, right? And we had to trim everything down. They paid okay, right? Trim everything down, right? I think my lawnmower went through like almost like 10, 11 rats for sure. It gulped up all those rats.
Oh yeah. So So this lot that I went to, it was almost 2 acre square property with a big fence going around it. I guess they're going to be like in the future adding on to this building, right? So it's just an open area. But oh my God, I started walking in there, and like you said, 7 foot long grass and weeds and stuff. It's pretty much as tall as me. I'm 6 foot tall, and starting to go through there, and then some of those weeds, they cut you. They're sharp, So I had gloves on, but I didn't have my sweater on. It was hot, summer. I just had a t-shirt on. I was getting scratched up my arms. I was just looking around, right? And then I found a brick laying there, and then I'm like, fuck this, I walked backwards again. I'm not doing this, I'm gonna.
There might be more than one brick, or 2 bricks, or 3 bricks, or even something else, right? Or even like a tree stump. If a tree stump is sticking out, they'll ruin everything.
I walked in 10 feet, and that was enough for me, and it was almost 2 acre like open area. But I'm sure there's a lot more stuff somewhere in there hidden, and no, there's no way. Like you gotta bring in a skid steer with a heavy duty like forestry brush cutter, or something like those things. Well, if you do hit a brick, whatever, it won't really hurt it and stuff.
No.
But that's the kind of
normal lawnmower won't do it.
Yeah, no, it's just too much stress on it. Our lawnmowers are for cutting like normal lawns that are kept up, and they're not
and maintained.
Yeah, they're maintaining machines, to keep not frickin' brush cutters, So that's what I talked about before too. In the future, if I can afford it, I wouldn't mind getting a skid steer, a high flow one, and getting some forestry attachments, because there is work here, like in the country and stuff. People hire people for clearing brush, like around trees and opening things up, and having a machine like that, there's good money involved with like skid steer work, and have a bucket too, whatever, pulling out trees, you don't have to like.
But then you need to buy an open trailer though, in order to haul that bobcat around.
Yeah, my dump trailer is a 5-ton, so like a heavy duty, high flow, weighs about 10,000 pounds. So you'd have to get like a 14,000 pound like open. What do you call those? Not a float. Yeah, I guess there's a float trailer, but you know what I mean. You pop the ramps down the back, but it's open, and
hydraulically it comes down.
Yeah. You can get the ones that have the hydraulic thing that brings it right down low, or but something like that. Then you need a specialized trailer just for that unit to be on all the time and bring to places, and so I'm not gonna get one anytime soon. But it's just I watch people like using them on YouTube, like videos. It's interesting, like watching what they do, and it's like I could learn how to do that, and
in the future maybe, right?
Yeah. And you got a lawn crew going out, and then you can just go out and venture on your own and do stuff like that to make extra money, right?
Yeah. Are you thinking about hiring this summer or no?
Yeah, I was going to, but I thought, I'm gonna wait. So I'm gonna start solo again, and I'm just gonna feel it out. I just want to make sure I have enough work to do it. Like we'll see. Like I'm working on all my contracts now, all my paperwork right here, right now. Pretty much everyone that I had last season is still continuing with me. And also, last time we talked, I was talking about raising prices, right, by 5%. So what I did, I think Tuesday, I sent out an email just letting everybody know, hey, whatever, spring's coming, this and that, I'm working on contracts. And then I just brought up, I said, due to like increase insurance costs and everything of running the business, whatever, I need to raise prices by 5%. So I haven't raised prices in 4 years and all that. Pretty much everyone got back to me, email. Some of them I had to text just to make sure they got the email, and they said, we want to continue with you, and we're okay with that. So that's good. So I raised, it's not much. 5% is not a lot. But I didn't want to go any higher than that because it scares people away then, if you hear 10%. I last year I heard of a company raising prices by 40%. You know, like
Wow.
that's kind of
That's a lot.
crazy. You're gonna scare everybody away. My area,
Of course.
you're gonna scare everybody away in my area if you do that. You know,
That's a lot. 40% is quite a bit to raise.
and that's probably why I got more calls last year too, because a few of my new customers mentioned that to me that their other company was going to raise it by 40%.
Yeah.
So you know, so you do have to you have to go with inflation. You know, like everything around us is going up, right?
Well,
Insurance.
especially right now, what's going up right now? Supposedly the insurance right now is going up. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Insurance is going to go crazy high right now.
Oh, I know. Every year, I think it's going to go up even higher. That's why I'm preparing myself now. So I kind of did some math with the contracts that I have already. 5% is very reasonable, and it's going to cover. It's going to help. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm still making money, and the bills are still being paid, but I'm not going backwards. I'm moving forward. Right.
Yeah, you have to keep on going forward all the time, right? But the thing is with your company, you need a little bit more commercial, right?
Yeah.
To how do you say it? Get rid of some of the residentials and stick with commercial 3-year contracts, 4-year contracts, right? That's what you really want, and then you'll be golden.
Yeah. I think eventually I'll get into that.
Yeah.
I think the part that I'm kind of scared with is I don't have a lot of knowledge of how to price them, you know.
And I could I could I could tell you right off the bat, apartments go from anywhere from $100 to $120 a week.
Okay.
That's weekly mowings, right?
Yep.
Biweekly mowings is some around 170 range to $200 range. That's weekly, right? And
Yeah.
same thing goes with factories and what else? Factories, condos, and townhouses, right? It also matters on the lot size too, right? How big it is.
Mm-hmm. Like what about snow removal?
Snow removal is commercial properties is $1,000 minimum, $1,000 a month minimum.
A month. Okay.
Yeah.
Like how big? Like do you actually measure, or you just kind of do it by eye and throw a number out?
I've learned to do it by eye. Like I see a property, like for lawn care, I see a property and right away I know how much it is. It just like pops right into my head right away. Like I know that property is like worth $60 a week and $75 biweekly, right? It just pops in my head. And mulch, it all depends how much mulch they're looking at, where they want mulch, and what else? Service. Fall spring cleanup is also depending on how much leaves fall on the ground, right? But my minimum for fall spring cleanup is $150 to $200.
Yeah.
I don't go under that.
Oh, I'm not. I'm a lot more than that. My minimum is usually $300 to $400. Like doing it. So yeah, yeah. With the snow, with the commercials, 1,000. That sounds a bit right. 1,000 a month. So you're looking at like 6-7 grand. No, how many months is 5 months?
Yeah, 5 to 6 months we usually give. Usually 5 to 6.
Do you do
5
like
to 6 months.
November 15th to April 15th, or
Yeah, I go by those days. I end at April 15th.
Yeah,
I always go by the 15th, right?
yeah. I think that's what everybody does.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like with my my snows right now, I think we talked about this before, and with my commercial ones, they're just monthly invoiced. You know, $100 to plow, 120 for salt. So if I'm doing both, then it's 220. You know, and then I invoice at the end of the month. They're small. They're not factories. You know, it's like an optometrist's office, and then that one building with the 3 stories and apartments on top. You've seen that one that I plotted. It's small, so I can't really justify charging them $1,000 a month, like, to do that. So
$1,000 a month. How to say it to you? You need maybe 14 parking spots. If there is 14 parking spots, it's worth plowing for $1,000 plus salt on top of that, right?
yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, if you measure by parking spots, because that's what I was told to do too. You know, like, gonna figure out a number, like how many parking spots, and then when you go look at it, okay, that's your, rather than measuring with a measuring tool, count how many parking spots and then visualize like other open areas if there's a receiving dock or anything.
You also have to look at it in another way. If they're expecting too much of you, then you should charge them a little bit more too, right? Like all the sidewalks, everything, walkways. You have to also put that in the numbers.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Because you got to get
it. Because you will come to a point where if you start getting some commercial properties like apartments, townhouses, and condos, warehouses, then you'll start, they'll start telling you to do the walkway, sidewalks. So you'll need a crew for sure on that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's no way you can handle it yourself if you start doing commercial. You start doing a commercial, then there's no way you can handle it yourself if you have commercial properties, because one guy has to be doing the walkway, sidewalks, and then the other guy has to be plowing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So like with salting your commercials, do you actually invoice separately for salt, or is that an all-in?
No, everything that I do is I do everything together. They know the salt is already inside the price. It's the price basically. So like, say for example, $1,000, that's without salt. 1,400 is with salt, right? So that's already, Mike, I'm already getting 1 skid of salt for free, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think I told you that too. I was making about $2,200 off a skid of salt.
Yeah, exactly.
I was stretching it pretty good, and it was working for me.
Yeah.
Right? So
you told me that. You told me. I remember.
I think that's reasonable. Like, so 1,000 for plowing and then 400 for salt. So a skid costs $400. So you're basically, your skid's paid for there, and you're still using it on other properties too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. Eventually I'll learn. I'm gonna, write down all this stuff and figure it. And like with lawns, just like you said, like I can look at something just like what I did today, like I don't measure anymore, other than I measure gates to see what machine I can fit through there. I just measure.
You could measure it on Google Maps, right? And see the properties. So like sometimes if I don't have time and a newer client contacts me, I asked the client if he could give me the specific address, right, in detail. So I take the address and right away I just hit it to Google Maps. I go onto the satellite view, right, and then I see how much grass there is to cut or anything, right, or how much there is to plow, right, and then I just right away off the top of my head I already know. Even a street view, you go to the street view, you check out their property, right, and right away a number just goes to your head. I don't know if you have the same thing. If you do the same thing.
No, I do that too. So just some of them, like one of them that I went to today, it's so small that I couldn't even tell how big the backyard was. And I pretty much already had a number in my head because it's going to be my minimum. But I just want to see it for myself, because this is the first time I've seen the one. Well, if you watch the video, you'll know what I mean. But it has a community alleyway. So at the end of a whole bunch of units, you walk down and then you turn right, and it's an actual like fences on both sides, and it's like an alley. And then there's a gate for this backyard, a gate for that one, and then the third one was the one I was going to. It was, you'll see once you watch the video later or whatever, then you understand. But in the email, he already told me that's how it is, and I've never seen that before. What I've seen with other ones in town here are that you go through 2 or 3 yards before you get to that middle one. So they have gates going through everybody's backyard. So you're actually walking through people's backyards, which is weird.
I'm actually, I'm actually getting that also in Vaughan Mills. In Vaughan Mills, I have one property, and it's weird because you have to go through people's properties, drive over people's properties, right? And not only that, but you also get yelled at.
Yes, exactly. Well, you watch the video, I talk about that. I'm like, I don't like getting yelled at. Because I've had it before with one that we're just talking about a couple of years ago. Anyway, I ditched them because it was a pain in the ass. Long story short, this lady would always yell at me every week, saying, "What are you doing in my backyard?" I'm like, I'm just cutting 2 down there. It's like, "No, you're not allowed in my backyard." And she's being a real bitch, like this is a community. I don't care, get. So then I talked to the customer, and he's like, I know we've been having problems with her. It's like, well, why didn't you tell me? They don't disclose that, right? Because they just want you to, they just want their
exactly. Same exact problem with Vaughan Mills, same exact one, right? And then I told the guy, like, one day he really pissed me off, right? And I basically told him, I said, well, you want me to get the 21-inch lawnmower and just go right through the house, like go right through the dining table, kitchen, everything, right? Right, it's like, it's crazy. I had to go around his property, right? He was the closest one, right?
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna get rid of them this year. I'm not gonna keep them. It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass.
I'm laughing at when you said you had to go through the house, because that's exactly what this customer said. He's like, "Can you carry your lawnmower or bring it through my house?" And I was at his front door, and I was looking in, and he has hardwood. I could see his back slider door at the back, hardwood floor, and really nice house inside.
Yeah.
I'm sure, do you really want me to push my lawnmower through? It's like, no, can you carry it?
Carry it.
I'm standing there like with my eyes like this and just looking at it. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Did you just say to carry?" I'm like, "Look, I can't help you anymore." And I stopped. I said,
you should have done. You should have just said, "Yeah, for sure," right? Just take it in, right, and just scrape clean under your deck inside his house, right? And just and just take it out there, right? Mow some grass, right? And then just take it back, right? Just clean it up a little bit inside his house and go out, right? That's it.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, I had the 22-inch lawnmower, right? The Toro recycler, and it's a lot lighter than the 30-inch, obviously, right? Yeah. But the front wheel drive one, I was using that one then. I didn't have to. But still, it's like, no, I'm not freaking going through anybody's house like that. And then next thing you know, all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, you scratched that, or you damaged this, or what?"
Yeah. No, and problems start happening.
I'm not getting involved with shit like that. I just want to go in there and cut the grass and leave. And I don't want to have people yelling at me, or just. And then you get crazy complaining that grass clippings are flying on their yard. And I'm sure you've had that before, or you get like the old guy next door standing right there on the property line, and it's like,
oh, it's the worst. It's the worst in Brampton. I got to tell you, there's one property that we do. He follows the zero turn sometimes. He follows me left, right. He follows me too, right? And I basically just stopped the machine. I turned off the PTO and I asked him, "Why the hell are you following me?" If a rock just, all of a sudden a rock just gets into those blades and, and it just shoots out, you're going to get in the leg or in the head, right? It's really dangerous for you to stand there. Mm-hmm. And he was walking left, right, right where the chute was. It's like he likes grass. He likes the smell of grass. Maybe it turns him on. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. I had a crazy neighbor with one, and he's standing right on the property line because he didn't want me to shoot grass clippings on his property. All right. And it's like he's like right on the line that I couldn't cut my customer's property right on. Sometimes I'll go a little over, whatever. So not too much. I'm like not 60-inch wide or whatever, but if you go like 6 inches over, whatever, right? There's not a painted line. You're looking at a fence way over there. And
they yell at you. They yell at you pretty hard, don't they?
Oh, yeah. And so I had to stop, just like you said. I'm like, "Sir, I'm trying to cut the lawn here." It's like, "No, you can cut by me." Like, no, like, can you please move back? Like, basically I would have hit him pretty much. I said, I'm right on the property line. I said, well, so you expect me to cut the lawn going into my customer's property by 6 inches just to get around your feet? No. And people are just freaking ignorant like that, and
Yeah, they are.
and they're all like crazy. It's like, okay, so when you cut your grass, I'm just thinking in my head, it's like, you don't get grass clippings all around? Like, you're freaking nuts if, it doesn't matter if you're bagging or not. You're going to have grass clippings still.
You are either way.
Yeah, but I think maybe people just don't mean to be like that. They have a mental issue or something. Like, I find that with a lot of people too. You could just tell from talking to someone that, they're not all there. There's something going on, and you just kind of have to let it go and, don't get angry. Don't get angry with them, because then they're just going to get more angry with you. You just have to tell.
It's just going to escalate, right?
Exactly, and that's the last thing I want.
We do a property, actually, like you were mentioning. Some people have it in their head. They're crazy, right? We have a property right over here near our house. It's like 4 minutes away, not even. I was cutting the grass with the bagging system. The bagging system a little bit, just a little bit touched her flower, right? Just a love tap, right?
Yeah.
And she just flips out on me. She just goes, right, with her hands waving. She just goes up to me. She was like waiting for that moment, probably, because I seen her, looking, and right away she goes and she starts flapping her hands and yelling and screaming, right? She's crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, man. I'm just checking messages here. Well, there's like nobody watching, eh? There must be other chats going on.
Maybe.
Yeah, I bet
maybe there's other chats.
Yeah, nobody's been watching for a while.
Well, how many people are watching? 2, 3?
Nobody.
Nobody?
Oh,
just
nobody.
Us two?
Yeah, nobody's been watching for a while now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Sean's Sean told me he's too tired. Thought he was going to come in. Drew, I don't know where the hell he's going. He said he was going out to get something to eat.
I guess he's still eating.
Yeah, I'm just seeing who else is live right now.
Yeah.
Another thingy here. Computer's a little slow right now. That's what you get when you have 2 PlayStation 4s playing upstairs. Both my boys are playing online right now.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Eats away on the internet, huh?
Yeah, we have pretty good internet. Well, we got Kojiko. It's a pretty high one. The stream is working out pretty good. I know they're both playing games right now. Like, they got their headsets on. They play video games with all their friends. They kind of like doing this, right? They're all playing games together.
Do they ever want to like join you? And are they interested in cutting grass or in lawn care or no?
No. My younger son, the 14-year-old, I talked to him, Brendan, and he drove the zero turn last year in the backyard, in my backyard. And I told him, I said, these stand-ons, they're pretty fun. I want to show you, how to operate it. So he's somewhat interested. So I'm going to show him how to do the 36, right? He knows how to do the walk behind stuff. He operated the 30-inch already. But I told him, I said, Brendan, I would rather pay you and have you working with me than paying somebody else. And I'll pay you. Oh, really? You're going to pay me? You're not just going to give me $5 and for the day? And I said, no, you're not. You're not 8 years old. Like, I'll pay you, bud. Whatever. But you have to take it serious. It's not goof around time right now.
Exactly.
Before he gets a real job or whatever. My other son works at Canadian Tire. He really likes it. He's a big guy into auto stuff, and he takes auto mechanics in school. He's really smart. He's above 80 average. He's like honor roll every year in high school.
That's good.
And he wants to go a different way. He doesn't want to be cutting lawns and doing this kind of stuff, and that's fine. I'm not going to do anything, but Brendan, until he's 15, then he can apply for jobs around. Like, Well, my wife and I, we told them, don't do fast food. I worked fast food when I was younger. I said, if you can get a job at like Canadian Tire or whatever, like we have a connection there. Canadian Tire is a great place to start working at, for teens, high school students and all that. They treat you really good. I think it's a good job. I remember being a teenager working at McDonald's and fast food and stuff. And, after your shift, you feel so greasy and you stink. And,
they also treat you like shit too.
They do. Yeah, they do. So, Brendan, like eventually, I think this year he's going to work a little more with me, maybe in the summer. Let's see.
That's good. You should, you should get him like used to working with you, instead of you paying like a stranger. You're paying your own son, right, to do it. And I think he'll get used to it. He'll like it, as soon as he sees the properties, he sees that he's helping his dad out, he's helping the family out, right? And then I think it'll be okay.
I have a feeling too. Like they're both great kids, but they both have different mentalities. Like usually like that with siblings. Like me and my sister. Totally
it's the same thing with like what you just said. Like my sister and I, right? My sister's more in like the books, sitting down and reading and doing all that kind of stuff. University of Toronto, and all, like the higher education stuff, right? Me, I'm more of a hands-on guy. I like machines and all that, right?
Yeah, that's like me too. Same thing. But I have a feeling Brendan will probably enjoy it, and then we'll see after that if he wants to get a real job. And I say a real job, but I even talked to both of them. I said, like once I retire, I'm not retiring anytime soon. It's just it would be kind of
take
cool
over the business, right?
If my boys could take over the business and take over
exactly,
run crews, manage the business, or just. Yeah, it's always our dream, that. Do you have kids yet, or?
Me, no, I don't have kids yet.
But you're married, right?
Yes, I'm married.
Do you guys plan on having a family, or?
Once we get into like a bigger house, then we're gonna be planning. We're gonna be planning to do that, and not only that, but we want the business to mature a little bit more, and. For sure, 100%, commercial all the way, right? And have some residentials on the side a little bit, but for now, not yet. Maybe in like 2 years, maybe we'll see.
It's life changing as soon as you have a kid. You just
exactly.
You look at everything in life like so much different.
Most people take that as a joke, right? Like having a kid, but it's a huge responsibility.
It is. It changed me for the better. I became a better person. Your eyes open up more to things.
Yeah.
You're more cautious with things. You're not. Yeah.
Where you spend your money at and where you do all that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. I've learned that too when I moved out of my parents' house. When I moved out of my parents' house, I've learned that also, right? Of not to spend that much money, right? Like just basically be careful. Be careful what you spend on.
Oh yeah, exactly. All right, finally my computer caught up here. I'm just looking who else is on live right now. Anybody, no, nobody. I don't know. I guess everybody's just busy tonight.
Maybe.
It's all good. I don't know what else to talk about.
Yeah, me neither.
Been up for about an hour and a half now. No, I thought I was gonna have a few more people. Drew's not answering me now. I sent him a message. You remember Drew?
Yeah, I remember him. He's a good guy. He's in the States, isn't he?
Yeah, Ohio. Yeah, him and Jim.
And he's also solo, isn't he? He's by himself.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Does he have? He has quite a bit of properties too, like 40, 30.
I think so, in or around there. He does snow removal too, but they didn't get that much snow up there. Or no, does he do?
Mm.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, he said he does snow removal.
But I know those guys up there in Ohio or down there, I guess, are
Yeah.
under us. They didn't get as much snow as we did. Like we didn't get that much, but yeah, I think they had a terrible season for snow.
Mm.
Whoever's doing that, right?
Last winter was terrible for us. We had a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I
This
remember that.
winter wasn't that bad.
No, I remember last year in February, it was almost like every other day
Mm.
we're out for like 2 weeks straight. You know, it's just something was going on, it's either snow or freezing rain,
Yeah,
or it's just yeah.
it's
I remember
crazy.
that it was a shit show, and I remember being so freaking tired for like weeks after that. Just because yeah, but it happens, right? So
Yeah, it does happen. It does happen sometimes.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, we
But
got
in
one in
the
here.
but in the forecast, they're saying something that we're gonna get like plus 11, plus 12. I'm seeing, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, just looking at the weather right now. So, yeah, I think tomorrow is going to be like 12 or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Just
nice.
waiting for the weather to pop up here. And then I don't think we're expected to get any snow for a while.
Hmm.
Hold
I don't
on, let
think
me
we're
zoom
gonna
in.
get any snow, are we?
No, hold on. I was just waiting for the page to come up here.
Hmm.
Yeah, so tomorrow morning, 1, and then tomorrow afternoon, 11. Sunday, Monday, 15.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was.
Tuesday rain and 9. And yeah, just doing the long range, 14 days. It's like
Hmm.
nothing. Snow maybe on March the 15th, one
Hmm.
centimeter. But
Yeah.
the temperatures are mild all the way until
April.
March 21st. March
No.
21st, it's showing all the way up until only. I check it. I
Wow.
use a weather network. What do
Yeah.
you use?
I use the weather network. I use the same thing.
Okay, and the radar on that. Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
radar. It seems to be pretty accurate.
Yeah, it shows. It shows when it's gonna snow and when it's not. When the cloud of snow or cloud of rain comes in.
Yeah, yeah. And I like to look behind that too and just kind of figure out the way the wind's going. Is there going to be another band coming down, or
Yeah,
you know, it's all about timing, right? And
yeah,
stuff. So, uh, oh well, you know what? Maybe I'll call it quits here. I've been up
yeah.
for an hour
Sounds
and a half.
good.
No, it's
That's good enough.
nice to catch up with you. Anyway, yeah, we text here and there, but it's kind of nice just to talk like this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Shoot the shit.
exactly. Well, it was nice talking to you, Mike.
Yeah, man. Have a good night and have a
Yeah,
good
you
rest of
too.
the weekend. Yeah, we'll
All
talk.
right.
Have fun on the Hustler.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Have a
All
nice
right.
day.
Yeah, see you, man. Bye. All right. I'm just going to end this stream right now and see everybody later.